Hello and welcome to this 5-minute chess game. Playing here on chess.com. This is Monday, April 13th, 2020. This is the 13th video in a row that I've recorded in April, month of the pandemic, playing markchess2 from the US. Looks like we've got a Slav. All right, early f5. What to do about that? I know I've looked this up at some point. Part of me is thinking g3, do similar thing that I would against the Dutch. Try and get the bishop on this diagonal. Yeah, that can't be too bad. Let's try that. Also thinking about bishop g5. All right, this is a sort of normal Dutch position. And normally what I like to do in these Dutch positions is go f3 and e4. Okay, that is a pawn sack, right? I mean, that's the sack of a piece. They get 2 pawns for it, but yeah, I don't think that should be enough. So the question is, how am I stopping queen h4? Probably should have thought about that before taking the piece. Let's see, queen h4. So I could move my rook out of the way. And then queen h4. Queen h2 wouldn't be a threat because I could just play king f1. And like the rook could come over as well. They could lift the rook, but the queen would be in front. And if the queen goes to h1, I can capture with the bishop, and then if the rook comes in, well, yeah, I would just go up to g2, and then my rook would be defended on d1. Okay, yeah, I think that works. That might be an only move. Probably try and get an e4. Okay, that's interesting. So in that case, I think I might go this way and just try and get rid of that bishop. Okay. Well, now I can push e4, right? I feel like I'm just up a piece here. I realize I am down. Down a couple pawns. But yeah, this can't be too bad. Maybe I'll try and trade off this bishop. It's a little annoying. My knight and my bishop are nicely protecting my king. And now I even have my queen over here defending. In fact, could I go bishop h1 and yeah, let's try that. Just try and get queen to h2 and get these queens off the board. And if we can, I'll just try and take this king over to the queen side. let's take that pawn that was hanging for a while now. Just resolve that. They can come in and check here, but I just block with the rook if they do that. So shouldn't worry too much about that. Yeah. Actually, yeah, let's just keep going over here. Yeah, and let's just trade some pieces. It's kind of name of the game here. They can take this pawn, but, oh, that's a real serious issue, actually. Oh, never mind. I was thinking they could take on f3, but it's defended. So let's take here and try to get this trade in. I really want to get this knight, whoops, I really want to get the knight into g4. If they take the pawn, yeah, I've got the rook coming over. So yeah, it looks scary. I realize they have 4 pawns now for the piece, but I think I'm hanging on here. Down on time, of course. Got this check here. That'd be very helpful. They'll probably see that. Yeah, let's be active and take with the queen. Oh, this bishop is just terrible is the problem. Yeah, no, I can't take with the pawn because then they would get an f3. That'd be really annoying. And actually, I'm just now seeing knight h6 is not a threat because the queen is on that square. Okay, they just sidestep it. If I can get my king tucked back here, that'd be nice. Really want to get rid of that knight. That is an annoying piece. This looks very scary, but I think I'm defending. I realize I'm down a pawn, but assuming I can get this light square bishop in the game, I think I should be okay, and that just drops the queen. That's helpful. Okay, they are right to play on here and press me on the clock. I would definitely do the same thing. Okay. Very nice. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I got real lucky that they played knight b5, or sorry, queen b5, rather, allowing me to take knight b5. But yeah, okay, let's take a look. Let's see what might have gone better there. All right, let's see. Yeah, early f5 in this position. Let's go look this up real quick. Never remember what the move here is. It's a little different than normal as well, yeah, because they did not play knight f6. They played e6, knight c3, and f5. Okay, bishop f4 actually is best by a long shot. Yeah, significantly better than g3. Okay, that's good to know. Bishop d6 and just e3, I like that. Knight f6 and e3 as well. It's always nice when you have these opening variations where, you know, you play bishop f4 and the top 2 moves, doesn't matter what they do, bishop d6 or knight f6, you play e3 in response to both of them. That's nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, maybe bishop f4 would have been better instead of g3. This all looked okay. Maybe I should have been more concerned, honestly, now that I look at it, about this idea, because it was pretty uncomfortable there for a while. I definitely don't want to take the knight, but You know what I'm just now seeing? Oh yeah, no, I was thinking I could take with the f-pawn, but no, I moved the f-pawn. That was the whole point. That was how they were able to get away with this. Trying to think of other ways that I could have prepped that. A lot of these Dutch positions that I play, I do have the bishop on f4. I'm noticing now, oops, not pawn f4. I'm noticing now that is a big difference between the positions that I normally play with a bishop on f4 and this position, is that this g3 point is way weaker. Yeah, it was a real nice piece sack. In the game, I was calculating this. I'm not sure what my move would have been here. Let's see, e4. Something like this. Just for demonstration purposes. Like they're not checkmating me here. Right. I have this g2 square, and they're not even winning the rook because it's defended. So there are probably better moves on both sides there. That was just something I was looking at. Wanted to share. So yeah, this was very uncomfortable for me in hindsight. And now that I look at it, I think that instead of e4 at this particular juncture, maybe getting into g4, although actually maybe h5 would have been annoying there. No, that would have been okay. Then I think knight e5 would be fine. But yeah, as it stood, these pieces were just doing nothing. I mean, this bishop looks terrible right now. Yeah, I probably had this knight h2, g4, e5 idea for a few moves. Yeah, because this got really uncomfortable. I mean, look at look at all these pieces. Yeah, black is just totally dominating the position here. At this point, I'm just trying to trade pieces. They could have, yeah, at this point, they could have come in and given the check. Again, I think rook d2 would have been a good reply to that. I don't think I needed to protect against that. Here, I really just didn't want to go down a pawn, and they could get pressure. Like if they were able to take, whoops, I don't know. Let's say I make a waiting move. If they're able to take, then they can get pressure on this pawn. They can also get a piece here on this nice d3 outpost square that they have. So I didn't want to do that. Just trying to see like tactics that I missed. That was probably not the most accurate. You know what I probably could have done instead of getting the king over? Maybe trying to get the dark square bishops off the board. Again, just trade some pieces. My queen is also in the way right now of the knight. Yeah, and maybe I should have actually gone back here. Because this is hanging. I probably shouldn't have just let that drop. that was I think a blunder. So yeah, they've got 3 pawns for the piece here. I also should have protected this, I'm now seeing. This might not have been a good pawn to give up. I was able to get a tempo on the queen, but yeah, they've got 4 pawns for the piece here. This looks very scary, but I think I've just got all the points covered. And yeah, that was probably just a mouse slip. Maybe they're trying to go to a5 or b6. And yeah, I know how that happens. If I were in their shoes, I probably would have pressed me. I mean, 44 seconds should be enough, but Yeah, they still have four pieces. So yeah, of course they're correct to resign, but and with under a minute on the clock, you might consider playing on. Okay, very good. Thanks for watching.